And we welcome you back to the Delberto King Gymnasium here at Southwestern. Game number 3 of the 73rd Annual Jefferson County Invitational Basketball Tournament as Southwestern takes on the Wildcats of Indianapolis Homeschool. Still got a minute. Well, I thought that we weren't on, but actually we were. I can't read my monitors here very well. But game number 3 between the Southwestern Rebels and the Indianapolis Homeschool. Southwestern comes in at 4-1 on the season, coming off of that loss to Jacksonville the Friday before the Christmas holiday. Indianapolis Homeschool, not really a lot that we know about this block club. They are not a member of the IHSAA, but they do play quite a few teams in the IHSAA, and they have been a very strong contender in the homeschool national field. They've won a couple of national titles over the last years. So really, when you take a look at it, this is a very formidable opponent for Southwestern. They do have a good point guard on their team. They also have got a little bit of height as well. So we'll just have to see about the speed and the agility of Southwestern against this school from Indianapolis.
Yeah, this is a very unique matchup here in this third game of the day. We've had 2 blowouts so far. Danville beating Switzerland County 84-32. And the last game that we just had, Madison beating Indiana Math and Science 92-45. But you look at the makeup of this homeschool roster, you are right. They've got some athletes, and they've got themselves a little bit of height. They've got 2 6'3" seniors in Marcus Booker Young, and also in a guy like Levi Kunkel, number 30. And then you've also got a 6'4" sophomore in Samuel Wirtz, number 33, who's going to get the job done underneath. So this will be interesting to see who comes out here, who makes up this roster, who's a go-to guy for this homeschool group. We know all about Southwestern, and they're playing still a man down on their roster. Parker Davis will not be available off the bench today. He is still dealing with a leg injury. So playing with a man down, that's a guy that does give Southwestern some height. So just be curious to see how these two teams match up and how long it takes each other to feel the opponent out here this afternoon.
And for Southwestern, they've been out on the court for a while. Everybody was wondering, is Indianapolis Homeschool here? Because they were in the locker room for a while.
Yeah, they were. They didn't come back here to the floor until about 11 minutes ago before the start of the game this afternoon. But they are in attendance. They are warming up, and we are ready to go here this afternoon. Still got about 3 minutes or so before we tip things off here at the Delberto King Gymnasium. The good news is here for this game number 3, fans continue to sprinkle in, allowed 750 in attendance for games today. And as the day progresses, expect to see more fans out and about here in Hanover this afternoon.
That is very true because, again, we talked about this earlier. You've got the afternoon and morning. A lot of people are working, can't get to the ball game. And then again, a lot of schools, like 3 of which we've had here already, have to come from a distance. Danville, Indianapolis, or Indiana Math and Science, and Indiana Homeschool. So, you're not going to see a lot of the people here as of yet. But, yeah, you're right. Depending on how many vouchers are available for later on, we should have, considering restrictions, a pretty good crowd.
Well, the other team that's going to make a big trip today, and that's going to be Purdue Poly Inglewood, who's going to play in our game after this one when Inglewood matches up with East Central. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game in the second semifinal tonight at 7:45. 6 o'clock semifinal will be a dandy. 3A number 9 Danville unbeaten will take on unbeaten Madison. Should be good semifinal action here tonight, but we still got 2 opening round games to get through. And again, just judging by what we're seeing in warm-ups, this has potential to be the closest of the 3 opening round games we've had so far here today.
And this ball game was made, I guess you could say, possible due to the fact that you had Indianapolis Heron had to pull out here just a couple of weeks ago because of the COVID restrictions, and they're not here in this tournament, along with Trimble County, Evansville North, to name just a couple of those teams. But they were able to get in. Several of the teams are sort of were in flux because the Richmond tournament, which would have been going on, had to cancel because of COVID. So because of that, Southwestern was able to go out and grab a couple of other teams.
Yeah, the good thing was, and I thought Southwestern did a really good job of it with this tournament, is kind of having some teams on the back burner just in case the original field had some teams that had to pull out, in which case there are some original teams that had to pull out of this thing. So it was nice to see Purdue Poly Inglewood get added in, Homeschool get added in, and we'll see how those two teams stack up here as we approach our final two opening round games of the afternoon, and then get us set up for semifinal action coming up later on this evening as the two teams head to their respective benches, and we are just about ready to go here from the Delbert O'King Gymnasium. Again, third game of the day.
One more opening round game coming up after this one with East Central and Purdue Polytechnic Inglewood, and then into the semifinals for the winner's bracket, Madison Danville, and the winner of this ball game against the winner of the next ball game. Southwestern appears to be having their normal starting lineup that they have had throughout the 5 games that they have played so far. We'll get the opponent's starting lineup here in just a little bit. But the Wildcats will be wearing a red uniform with white numerals and black. Southwestern in their white uniforms with the blue. So we're about ready to go here for game number 3. We welcome you aboard Rebel Vision here this afternoon. We'll have the next ball game on Rebel Vision, but no play-by-play. We'll have play-by-play again for the Madison Danville, and then for the game at 7:45 this evening as well.
Take a look at the starting lineup for the Wildcats of Indianapolis Homeschool. It's going to look like this. At one guard, a 5'10 freshman, number 20, Micah Davis. The second guard is a 5'11 senior, number 23, Kyle Marks. 3 forwards, and here comes the height for Homeschool. They've got Marcus Booker Young, a 6'3 senior, wearing number 22. Daniel Bryan, no relation to the wrestler. He's wearing number 32. He's a 6-foot junior. And Samuel Wirtz, number 33. He is a 6'4" sophomore. Again, starting lineup for the Wildcats: Davis, Booker Young, Marks, Bryan, and Wirtz. The head coach is Mr. Paul Settle. For Southwestern, taking a look at their starting lineup, same as always. If you're a Rebel fan watching today, they'll start like this. At one guard, a 6'1 senior, number 11, Foster Mefford. The second guard, a 6-foot senior, number 3, Austin Kramer. The third guard, Billy Eccles, a 6'1 senior, wearing number 13. The 2 forwards for Southwestern, a junior, 6 foot, number 20, Zach Cole. And then Matthew Williams rounds out the starting 5. He's a 6'4 senior. He wears number 34. Again, starting lineup for the Rebels: Mefford, Kramer, Eccles, Cole, and Williams under head coach Zach Nussbaum.
Southwestern will be going from left to right on your screen, TV, whichever you have us up on. I know a lot of people put us up on during the Hanover football and basketball season up on the big screen.
Your electronic device.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's the best way to do it. All right, here we go. Game number 3 with the call. Here's Rob.
Going to be Williams jumping center against Samuel Wirtz for Homeschool. 8 minutes of Indiana high school basketball on the clock, and that tip-off will be controlled by Southwestern going from left to right. Mefford has it out right side. We'll hand it off to Cole. Man-to-man defense for Homeschool to open it up. Kramer for 3, no good. That's been a real bugaboo for the Rebels to start out the season, but Matthew Williams there for a rebound putback, and the Rebels are on the board 2-0.
Yeah, first half has been horrendous for three-point shooting for Southwestern. Against Jacksonville, it got just as bad. Here's a steal.
Mefford steal, layup good. Quick 4-0 spurt for the Rebels. 2 for Mefford, 2 for Williams. 7:22 to go in the first. Homeschool basketball with Davis on the top of your screen. He'll have it on the right side being harassed by Medford. Southwestern opens up in man-to-man defense. And we've got ourselves a whistle blown, and already timeout being called by Homeschool just 49 seconds into this game. I don't think they were quite expecting that kind of defense from the Rebels right out of the gate.
I don't think they were expecting that type of defense or that type of running offense that Southwestern has. They play a high-octane type of defense, and it's paid off in several of the ball games, except in that game against Jacksonville. 73rd annual Jefferson County Invitational Boys Basketball Tournament, sponsored by Craig Toyota, 258 Clifty Drive in Madison. Go to craigtoyota.com. And by Gendy's Pizzeria, just off the campus to the west, 239 West LaGrange Road in Hanover.
Out of timeout, Southwestern another steal. Kramer, wheeling and dealing. Tries to find Cole. Nice extra find to Williams, and Williams has got 4 points.
I was worried about that bounce on the floor by Williams, that they were going to be able to cover up on him, but they went up before the shot was taken. Miss.
Shot no good for number 20, Micah Davis. Southwestern rebound. Quickly, Kramer, the Medford, left corner, baseline. Finds Williams. Williams right wing for a three. No good. Rebound, going to be pulled down by Marcus Booker Young, and here come the Wildcats. Behind the back goes Booker Young. The big fella taking it all the way down. Nice little move off the glass for Marcus Booker Young, 6'3" senior.
I think we're going to have a wrestling match in between him and Williams down there. Both big fellows.
6-2 score Southwestern with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Medford trying to slide past 32, Daniel Bryan. Picks up the dribble, hands off to Cole. Spin move out of control. There's a turnover. Samuel Wirtz with the steal. 4-point deficit for Homeschool. They have the basketball, though. Can cut it down to 1 or 2. Going to go and try and cut it down 2-1, and they will do so. 3-pointer up and good for Micah Davis.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that Samuel Wirtz is not playing in the middle as much on the offensive side.
Medford for 3. No good. Booker Young with the rebound.
And they're on defense as well. You know, 6'4", and he's playing way outside.
Not a whole lot of muscle, though, to Wirtz as Booker Young shots no good. That would have given Homeschool the lead. Here comes Southwestern. Nice bounce pass, but Williams cannot handle the basketball. Out of bounds. Another turnover. And we got our first substitution of the game as Joel Owen, 24, checks in. Owen, a 6-foot senior. Kyle Marks will take a seat. 5:30 to go in the first. Still 6-5 Southwestern. Coming across the timeline will be Davis. Still man-to-man defense for the Rebels. Williams is on Booker Young. Williams will back off defensively. They'll hand it off. Wheeling and dealing to the right side. Booker Young back out top with it. Long three up. There's Wirtz, the big man, for a three, and I don't think that's quite his shot.
No, and he didn't hardly get anything off on that. Now maybe maybe a 10-footer he would have made, but no, not that.
5 to go. A little full court pressure being applied. Rebels break it. Williams out to Kramer on the right side. Kramer around off the left side of the glass, up and in. Kramer with his first 2.
Nice move by Austin.
Southwestern breaks a bit of a cold spell. 8-5 is your score. Turnover, Homeschool, rebound, steal rather, is going to be Kramer, and then Kramer's going to get hacked after the turnover.
Going to be taken there by number 24, Joel Owen.
First for Owen, first for Homeschool. 4:37 to go.
Luckily for Kramer, nobody really in the end zone there, so he was able to go up about 10 rows on his momentum.
Owen checks out. Marks is back in for the Wildcats. 4 across as the inbounds pass comes out to Cole. Medford underneath the Williams against Booker Young. Turnaround jumper, no good. Wirtz with the rebound. 3-point lead for the Rebels. Davis for a 3 and the tie, no good. Medford rebound, going to get fouled.
Number 23, Kyle Marks on that foul. Foul number 2 against the Wildcats. Southwestern getting ready to bring in a sub.
Going to be Cloud. So Colton Cloud, number 4, checks in. 4:20 first quarter. 3-point lead for Southwestern. Cloud, who just checked in, passes up on a 3. Will go to Mefford. Mefford, step back, thought about a 3. He'll travel.
Cloud's been the big sixth man for this Southwestern ball club. You get points out of him, but the biggest thing that he's got going for himself is the assists and his defense.
And been back to the official sixth man with Parker Davis out for a couple games. And we got an offensive foul. Mefford will take the charge. Third foul against Homeschool.
Daniel Bryan.
8-5 midway through the first frame. Solo token full court pressure being applied by the Wildcats as Marks is guarding Mefford across the timeline. Kramer looking, being guarded up top. Tried to go for Williams on the baseline. Booker Young for the steal. Not the cleanest offense yet for Southwestern, but making up for it on defense. Cole takes the charge that time.
Yeah, Zach just planted himself right there.
First foul against Booker Young.
I believe that's 3 of the 4 fouls are now offensive fouls against the Wildcats.
Kramer's turn to bring it up the floor. Cole underneath, trying to get a foul call, but they're going to say it was a clean swipe by Marcus Booker Young, and it does remain Southwestern basketball. Officials timeout. Had to get a shoe tied.
Velcro. Always works.
Kramer to Williams, right corner with the head fake. Goes up top to Cloud. Cloud now brings it back right side to Kramer. Kramer left-hand dribble. Good try and drive. Nice find. Finds Cole. Easy, too. That has been a go-to play for Southwestern early on this season.
Just a lot of cherry picking right there by Zach Cole.
4 players now in the score column for Southwestern. 3 thrown up quickly by Davis in the corner. Ball out of bounds after the miss. Southwestern back with the ball. 10-5 lead for the Rebels. 3:08 to go in the first.
You know, we've got a comment section on our Rebel Vision. Let us know where you're watching and who you are. We'll give you a shout-out here during the course of the ball game. Marsha Kolb and Christopher Daniels watching right now.
Another substitution for Southwestern and quickly in today.
Eccles comes in for Cole.
Not too long of a break for Eccles. Mefford, left wing with it off the inbounds. Finds Eccles. Left corner 3. Bingo. He has had a hard time get going in the first quarter so far this year. That's a first shot attempt for him and a first make. And then Eccles nearly got his clock clean on an elbow, but backs off.
Bleeding.
And, yep, he did
get hit. His nose is
bleeding. He got popped in the nose by Word. Shot no good. They're going to have to call an officials timeout here shortly.
I don't think the referee even sees what's going on.
Kramer, ball knocked out of bounds. And, yep, Eccles is going to take his bloody nose to Marcy Cole on the sideline. And Zach Cole, whose break I think was supposed to be meant for another minute or so, will have to come back in.
You know, I was going to mention earlier, before he got hit there in the nose on Eccles, he had that arm, or hand rather, taped during the first 5 ball games. But I noticed that it is not taped today. But the biggest thing is, okay, it's not taped now. I'm going to get popped in the nose.
Well, he went up closely to guard Warts there on the wing, and that elbow unintentionally swung and just completely took a direct flight to Eccles' nose, and now Southwestern Athletic Director Tom Scroggins out there to help clean up a little bit of the blood on the floor. All sanitation being properly done, by the way.
Mr. Owens, the principal here at the high school,
he's just going to point the finger. I'm not going to clean it up. I'm going to point where it's at.
Sue Seekman also out there and working on it. Well, I think Sue's just going to point too, to tell you the truth.
Or make Tom do all the dirty work.
Again, coming up after this one, game number 4, final game of the first round. No audio on that one, just video only. Then we'll be back for play-by-play with the Madison and Danville ball game.
Taking a look at our comments section, I'm jealous of the people currently watching from Florida.
Missy Stites Keeley. Oh, Missy, come on now. Hey, at least it's not like what was it? The back several years ago from Hanover, Danny Conley.
Yep.
Where his parents would send in pictures to us sitting on the beach, and it was snowing up here. So, Missy, hope you guys are enjoying yourselves down there. Yvonne Thomas.
She's from in Key Largo.
Oh, come on.
No, Palm Island. My bad. Missy's in Key Largo. Yvonne and company are in Palm Island.
And then you got Greg Sanders that's on the Madison Hilltop.
Who's on this? Who's the course on the sandy beaches of Craig Toyota.
And we thank Greg and the gang up there for being one of the title sponsors.
Title sponsor of this JCIT along with Jindy's Pizza. We are back to play after the injury timeout. 13-5 Southwestern over Indianapolis Homeschool. Cloud wheels and deals to Kramer left wing. They'll go to Williams underneath, and he throws up a hook shot against Booker Young. Kind of faded away from the shot. Offensive rebound. Three-point attempt no good for Mefford. Offensive rebound Williams. Put back no good. And ball out of bounds. They will go to Indianapolis Homeschool. Really a good effort by Southwestern. Just can't get anything to go. And it looks like down below, Eccles has been cleaned up. He is now sitting on the bench.
J.R. Harrell watching us here this afternoon, also on the Madison Hilltop. Caldwell Banker, Harrell and Associates.
Booker Young, left wing three, no good. Rebound fought for, finally picked up by Colton Cloud. 1:48 to go in the first. Up ahead, Cole underneath baseline to Williams. Southwestern having to work for it here against his homeschool defense. Cloud dumps off to Cole. Cole in the corner on the right side. Backs out with the left hand. And will go to Mefford. Now they'll go underneath. Quickly back out. Kramer loses handle. Force the penetration. Booker Young against Cole. No foul called either way. Rebel rebound. Kramer dishes underneath to Williams for two. His shot no good. Williams eventually has to go straight up with the jump shot. You cannot keep fading away.
No, and he's been going up against the 6'4" guy, but, gosh, you can handle him.
Three-pointer, no good, top of the key for Kyle Marks. And then underneath, a shot is good and a foul. There is the big fella, Samuel Wirtz for two. He'll go to the free throw line to complete a three-point play.
Don Lawrence watching, and Don, sorry that you can't see the scoreboard real well. We just put this program together, real quick, and we didn't, we don't have A1 stuff, but we've got what we need to get done. And Camille Andrew Norris, she is watching as well.
Foul went against Zach Cole of Southwestern, his first, team's first. Free throw no good by Wirtz. So with 1 minute to go, Southwestern leads Homeschool 13-7. Eccles, left corner, three, bingo. Second trifecta, rather, for Eccles. He's got six.
Well, he's got that taping off of his hand, and that nose didn't help out, even though there's a deuce, or a three, rather.
Second three for Micah Davis. Stops the bleeding a little bit for Homeschool, down 16-10. Kramer looking, finds Cloud. Cloud underneath to Cole. Down to 28 seconds. Williams, he's going to fire a three. Way off the mark. Rebound, putback. No good for Kramer, who wanted a foul. Rebound, Homeschool. Wildcats have it. Wirtz left corner three. He knocks it down, and just like that, it's a three-point game. It was 9. Wirtz has 5. 16-13. Rebels now just by 3. 6 seconds left with the basketball. Kramer going to have to do something. Kramer's going to drive, kick out. Eccles, long three. No good off the front of the rim. And this one is closed through 1 quarter of play. It was a 9-point Southwestern lead. A couple threes for Indianapolis Homeschool has us down to 16-13 after one stop.
Winner of this ball game comes back tonight, 7:45. And they'll take on the winner of our last first-round game, which comes up at about 4:15, between East Central and Purdue Polytechnic. So, tell you, got some good ones could have out here this evening here in the JCIT. Supporting sponsors for the 73rd Annual Jefferson County Invitational Tournament. Jendy's Pizzeria, right to the west of the Southwestern campus, 239 West LaGrange Road, 812-866-8578, Jendy'sPizza.com. Order ahead, stop in before the ball game, or if they're still open after the last ball game, to go ahead and come on in. And Craig Toyota, 258 Clifty Drive on Madison's Hilltop, 877-842-3758, or CraigToyota.com. We're proud to have those guys with us here this evening. All right, Greg. He's getting as bad as Carter Cloyd. Camille is Billy's mom.
Okay.
Got any more stats, Greg? No.
That's what we should have made him do this afternoon. If he's watching from there, he could have supplied some stats for us. We got the scoring. He could have added the extra stuff for us. Opening up the second quarter, homeschool basketball, and Marcus Booker Young just bullies his way to the bucket, and he's got 4, and it's a one-point game. Southwestern 16, homeschool 15. There's Eccles for 3, misses that one. Rebound, Micah Davis. The Wildcats on the run. They got some numbers underneath, and the Wildcats cannot get the lead. Shot no good by Joel Owen. Rebels trying to extend the advantage back out. Kramer layup, got it, that one in.
Right down Main Street in for that.
4 points for Austin Kramer. It's 18-15. 7:10 to go, second quarter.
Williams getting ready to check in.
Cross-court pass, puts the basketball in the hands to Joel Owen briefly. Davis, jumper from near the elbow. And Micah Davis is that point guard that we talked about in the pregame. He's got 8. 18-17. Southwestern's lead back down to 1 again. 6:45 in the second. Eccles, hey, let's fire another 3. This one, nothing but net. 3 threes for Eccles. 9 points in this first half. 21-17, then foul call against Southwestern.
Just stepping in there at the last second. It's either going to be against Medford or Cole. And it's going to be against Zach Cole.
And that will be his first, or make that now his second foul.
Paul and Louise Daniels watching here this afternoon.
Cole's going to have to come to the bench with 2 fouls for Southwestern. Booker Young's first free throw is good. So Cole comes out. Kramer and Williams are in. 5 points now for Marcus Booker Young, the 6'3 senior. He's at the line for 1 more, and it's good. 6:36 in the second, 21-19. Southwestern, 1 possession advantage. Medford across the timeline. Medford looking around. Right side still, now drives. No look dish off to Williams. Goes up. Booker Young again.
Made him force it.
Alters the shot attempt. Young has it. Gets away with a push off against Kramer, but Kramer backed off and gets a steal. And then Kramer throws a wild pass out of bounds, and Wildcats regain possession.
And Mr. Medford ran right into his mom over there. Gives him a pat on the head.
Indianapolis Homeschool can tie or take a lead on the possession. They come across the timeline with Marks. Warts wheeling and dealing. Left side gets it out. Wildcats working around for the lead, and Indianapolis Homeschool has a 1-point lead. 3-pointer up and good for Joel Owen. 4-3 of the half for Homeschool. And the Wildcats leading 22-21. Then an offensive foul called against Foster Medford.
Skylar McCreary watching. He's a Cub fan, but watching Southwestern. Timeout on the court, 5:40 to go here in first half of play. Homeschool on top of Southwestern, 22-21. And I'd have to say, Rob, the coaching staff for Homeschool, they've definitely put their minds together and have, after a slow start against Southwestern, have made some changes and have made some pretty substantial changes to bring them right back into the lead here in this game.
Well, they've been very physical so far here in this first half. It took them a little bit to get accustomed to Southwestern's speed, but this homeschool group's got a little bit of speed on its own. But right now, it just seems like maybe Southwestern playing a little too much out of control, trying to force too much. But we have seen that out of this Rebel team in the first half of ball games this year. Now, they did perform well in the first half a week ago against Jacksonville and had a sluggish second half, which led to a loss. So still a lot of ball game left to play for both teams. Homeschool has a 1-point lead out of the timeout. Wards for three, no good. Kramer skies for the rebound. The Rebels trying to get back out on top. Cross-court pass, Cloud, left corner for a three, no good. Rebound tapped by Mefford, and he'll get hit with the foul from behind. Not good news for the Rebels because Mefford just picked up his second, so now Mefford and Cole, both with 2 fouls, 4th team foul against Southwestern.
I'm going to bring in a sub here momentarily.
It's going to be Isaac Brown.
Isaac Brown
Has not been in yet this afternoon. 5'10", Wirtz, right elbow, driving on Williams. Stops, jump shot, no good. Gets the rebound, fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Got tied up underneath there by Billy Eccles. That's going to be his foul. 5 team fouls against Southwestern.
Wirtz has been to the free throw line just once to try and complete a 3-point play. The free throw is no good, but now he goes to the line to shoot 2. Free throw on the way is no good. 22-21 Homeschool, 5:05 to go second quarter. Mefford is out. Brown checks in. So for Southwestern right now, you've got Kramer, Eccles, Cloud, Brown, and Williams. Second free throw for Wirtz is good. 1 of 2 on the trip. Homeschool, largest lead of the first half at 2, 23-21. 5 to play before halftime. Kramer looking underneath to Williams. Williams going to work underneath. Pass out to Brown for 2. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound Homeschool. Booker Young out of the ball game right now, so a more favorable matchup underneath for Southwestern, but unable to get a shot inside. No good for Homeschool on a shot attempt. They get the rebound, that's tapped out of bounds, remains Wildcat basketball. 2-point lead still for Homeschool, 23-21, 4:35 to go second.
But they're checking them up from the outside, trying those threes. Since their big man is out, that one trying to get it off the foot there of Williams, but it sort of backfired on him.
Mefford is back in with 2 fouls for Southwestern, and they will give Cloud a breather. 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Southwestern still trying to get some consistency offensively. Mefford looking, trying to go to Williams inside, still has the basketball, will drive baseline, kicks out to Brown. Brown to Kramer. Now Kramer drives down the middle, throws a runner up off the glass, and drops down.
Needed that one. We're tied at 23.
6 points for Austin Kramer. Midway through the second quarter, Wirtz has on the left wing, and ball gets tipped by Mefford. Near steal, Wirtz picks it up. Right corner now for a 3. That one up and good, and Joel Owen off the bench with 2 3-pointers and 6 points here in the frame. Indy Homeschool back out in front. Mefford fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Last time Southwestern won the JCIT all the way back to 1993. Broke a 5-game championship streak by Jim Matthews and the New Washington Mustangs.
First free throw good by Mefford. Southwestern was a runner-up 2 years ago in this JCIT. Lost here at Southwestern to Madison. Last year, won their final 2 games of this tournament, but got knocked off in the morning opener a year ago to Switzerland County, what was a big upset win for the runner-up Pacers in the JCIT. Mefford makes both free throws. Southwestern trails by 1, 26-25, and it looks like Southwestern now setting back in a zone defense. Straying away from that man-to-man going zone to force this Homeschool group outside. Booker Young is set to check back in for the Wildcats. Another wild three by Wirtz, no good. Rebels have the rebound. Effort, kick out, Williams, left corner. Williams driving, spin move off the glass.
Nice.
A more favorable matchup for Williams underneath, and Southwestern's back out in front, 27-26.
He was double-teamed, but two smaller players against him.
Marks with the basketball for Indianapolis Homeschool, trying to dribble out of traffic. Finds Wirtz, extra fine, falls in the hands of Isaac Brown. I like this switch up to the zone by Southwestern because I'm thinking a little bit more favorable matchup defensively than what Southwestern was trying to run with the man-to-man.
Yeah, and they're also forcing Homeschool to move out a lot farther to try to take those threes and not so close to the three-point line.
2:51 to go before halftime, 27-26 Southwestern. They have the ball, inbounds to Williams, who hands it off to Kramer. Kramer driving all the way around, gets through two defenders, and Kramer 6 points in the second quarter, 8 overall. Back out to a three-point lead for the Rebels, 29-26. Bad pass, Kramer steal, Kramer layup up, and layup is down and in.
The timeout is going to be called by Homeschool as Southwestern has had a spurt with 2:33 to go here in the first half. Up now 31-26 on Homeschool. Southwestern went to that zone, and in fact, right there, they switched it from a zone over to a man-to-man, and that forced the bad pass there by Homeschool to allow Kramer to go ahead and make that run downfield, or down court, or down whatever this is, on the wooden floor.
Downwind. Something like that. But no, going back to the game Southwest had against Jacksonville a couple weeks ago, we thought perhaps maybe Southwestern stuck with the man-to-man for too long, allowing Jacksonville to come back. A much earlier switch up for Zach Nussbaum and company on the defensive game plan. Making adjustments is a big, big component for the Southwestern team and their success.
Yes, and I think in that ball game against Jacksonville, not only was it a little bit too long waiting to come out of that man-to-man, but I think the way that Jacksonville was playing, they were able to pump that ball inside with a much bigger ball club. If they would have forced them more to the outside, it could have been a different story. But then again, Southwestern wasn't hitting either in the second half.
No, they were not. Had a 13-point lead at halftime against Jacksonville, and that went by the wayside in a 72-67 loss. Third quarter really hurt Southwestern in that game, scoring just 10 points. Out of the timeout by Indianapolis Homeschool. Micah Davis for three, no good. Rebound, Isaac Brown, who I think so far in the second quarter has really given Southwestern some good minutes. And then bad pass by Kramer, picked off by Indianapolis Homeschool. 2:11, three on the way. No good. Williams rebound.
There again, they pushed them far out, away from the range on the three.
2 to play before halftime. Mefford off a ball screen. Gets it to Williams. Williams trying to fend off Booker Young here. Goes to the dribble and goes to Mefford. Now Kramer has it. Kramer. Little daylight, ball knocked out of bounds, remains Rebel basketball. Clock is stopped at 1:48. Kramer will be the trigger man on the play. Kramer looking, finds Mefford in the right corner, now underneath to Williams off the glass, and there's Booker Young back on defense to play with Williams underneath on the block. He's got the rebound, goes all the way down, it's fouled. And this will be the 16th foul against Southwestern. So next common foul against either school means bonus free throws the rest of the first half.
They're going to charge that one there against Eccles.
Davis will inbound for the Wildcats. We do have a substitution coming in, or I take that back. We actually got an official's timeout, sorting out who that foul was called on. And now Mitch Mingione is going to check in for the first time for Southwestern, and it will be Billy Eccles coming over to the bench. Davis will inbound. We're back to play. 31-26 Rebels. Clock is running, 1:36 and counting. Marks gets it out to Owen. Now Davis top of the key. Back to Owen. 3 is up on the way. He has been the only consistent three-point shooter for Homeschool. 3 threes now in the second quarter for Owen. One possession game again, 31-29. Down to a minute 13. A lot of dribbling by Kramer. Gets it out to Mefford. Mefford driving. And he is fouled. There'll be 1-and-1 free throw attempts coming up here for Mefford, who is 2 of 2 from the stripe in the first half. Just 4 points for Foster Mefford, and this is now the 6th ball game of the year for the Rebels. Still pretty much kind of waiting for Mefford to break free for an offensive explosion one of these nights.
We kind of wondered that against Jackson Dell a couple of weeks ago. You know, is he going to get this here? Is he going to be able to get that offensive attack? I think they could have used his offensive attack in that ball game, as the first one is good.
Earns himself another free throw. Of course, this team is at full power in terms of the starting 5, and you do have Matthew Williams back, but Mefford, I believe, has not scored more than 15 or 16 points in a game this year. Averaged 23 per game last season. Mefford now 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 6 points in the first half.
Minute 7 to go.
Mefford will take a seat after the free throws, being replaced by Mingione. Under a minute to play now in the first half. 33-29 score in favor of Southwestern. Wildcats have the basketball. Davis up against this 2-3 zone by Southwestern. They'll go to Owen in the corner. He's harassed by Brown. Pass, tipped around, turnover. Good defense on the baseline by Southwestern. Up ahead, Cloud. Quick shot off a pass from Kramer, and a good decision there for Colton Cloud to do so. He is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
What caused that to get going was Mingione went up along with the Wildcat, number 22, Booker Young, and was able to tap it away and get the outlet there to Southwestern.
Colton Cloud knocks down the free throw. Not going to say anything yet, but pretty good statistics so far for Southwestern in the first half that we'll pass along here in just a sec.
We're back in.
One more attempt for Cloud. Shot no good, but gets his own rebound. That was just the first free throw miss for Southwestern. They get the rebound. 34-29 score, 5-point Southwestern lead. Down to 20 seconds. Ball loose. Who's going to pick it up? Both teams do. We've got a tie-up, and the arrow favors the Southwestern Rebels. And with 18 seconds left, you put Mefford back in on offense. Isaac Brown comes out.
Eccles coming in.
Give yourself a 3-point threat, and you also bring Cole back in. So starters back in for Southwestern as they have it on offense. 18 seconds to go. Kramer inbounds to Williams. Kramer, right side, baseline, goes up off the glass, cannot finish. Wirtz was there, his hands straight up. Davis across the timeline. Booker Young for a 3, no good. Rebound, batted around, no shot at the buzzer as that ball is loose, and we are at halftime. We still have a good one, but luckily for Southwestern, the Rebels have been able to get back out in front by 2 possessions as the lead at halftime stands at 34-29 over Indianapolis Homeschool, Game 3 of the Jefferson County Invitational Tournament.
Want to thank Craig Toyota, one of our sponsors for the 73rd Annual Jefferson County Invitational Basketball Tournament. They're up at 258 Clifty Drive in Madison. Contact their sales department at 877-842-3758 or go to craigtoyota.com. Also, Gendy's Pizzeria, just west of the Southwestern campus at 239 West LaGrange Road. You can contact them at 812-866-8578. Order a pizza before or after the ball game, or go to gendyspizza.com. 34-29, Southwestern with the lead. They got a little nip and tuck there for a little bit with a lot of points on a run there by Homeschool. Let's take a look at the take a look at the scoring. First of all, for Homeschool, Micah Davis with 8, Marcus Booker Young with 6, Joel Owen with 9, Samuel Wirtz with a total of 6. For Southwestern, Foster Medford with a total of 6, Austin Kramer with 10, Billy Eccles with 9, Zach Cole with 2, Matthew Williams with 6, and Colton Cloud with 1 on the ball game so far here in the first half. It's been really, when you take a look at it, a 3-point shooting game by Homeschool. Southwestern has gone into that zone defense, pushed them out a little bit farther. They're having a little bit of trouble there with the shot from the outside, where when they were in the man-to-man, they were able to dump it inside. And Booker Young, really the guy who was doing some of the damage in the middle. Southwestern, they've been doing a lot of their scoring on the drives. They started out like they normally do in the first quarter, shooting the threes, not successful. Had a few out there, but still not successful. Then switched it to the drives, and that has helped them out quite a bit. We've had at least 4 offensive fouls against the Homeschool because of Southwestern's defense, and Southwestern has been able to pretty much stay clean on the inside. 34-29 your score here at halftime, and Rob, it mentioned this earlier. Homeschool has had a chance to take a look after a sluggish first quarter. Take a look at the Southwestern offense and defense. They have made the corrections, and the corrections so far have been to the positive side for them. But Southwestern's been switching up their defense, and they're going to have to stay on their toes.
Well, it'll be real interesting to see now with the whole halftime break to make more adjustments, who is able to do those better in the final half of play. It's a weird game to get ready for because obviously there's not a lot of info on Indianapolis Homeschool. They are not an IHSAA school, so I'm sure finding some film and any kind of game film on this group is going to be hard to do. And I think Southwestern did a lot of preparing just firsthand here this afternoon, playing that first half. I think the same thing goes for Homeschool. I think you have a little bit more access to finding some stuff on Southwestern, but a completely different team than what you're accustomed to on the schedule. They had to find out firsthand, playing in the first half, how the Rebels play. So I think both teams will have adjustments to be made. I like what Southwestern is starting to do defensively, and we'll see what happens. Can Homeschool go back inside and maybe try and get a little bit more physical with Southwestern in the second half? You've got Cole with 2 fouls. You've got Mefford with 2 fouls. Marcus Booker Young has been very impressive to me through one half of play. I thought they probably sat him too long in that second quarter, and that allowed Southwestern to get back out in front and push this lead back out to 5. And also, can you go back inside with your game and stray away from some of these three-pointers? Maybe try and drive a little bit more, much like Southwestern did in that second quarter to get themselves back up on top.
Well, if they get Booker Young back in there, they're going to have to really work toward him, try to get some fouls on him to really go to the free throw line, which Southwestern has had so far, knock on wood, a good night for that compared to what they've had really the first 5 ball games of the year. But they got to put it all together here in the second half. They'll have to, if they pick up a victory, they'll be back here again tonight at 7:45 to take on either East Central or Purdue Polytechnic, who plays in the next game here this evening at around 4:15 or so, in about an hour from right now. Again, we'll have the streaming video on that ball game, but no audio in that ball game. We'll be back with audio starting at 6 o'clock this evening in that ball game with Madison and Danville. I want to give a big shout out to our engineer back at our radio studio at 95.3 WIKI, but working the camera for us here this evening. And Then going to go back up to the hilltop to get in the studio to run the ball game from up there. But Josh Myers doing a yeoman's job here this afternoon for us on Rebel Vision. 34-29, Southwestern with the lead here this afternoon. Britton Medford checking in with us. She did a nice save of her son over on the far side earlier. Trying to get a hold of Brent Shoemaker. Brent was asking about if the games were going to be streamed. Haven't seen anything from Brent. We do have a comments column on our Facebook. And we're getting a lot of comments on there, and a lot of names like to say, give us a shout out there. Let us know who you are. Let us know where you're watching here this afternoon. Congratulations goes out to Kelsey Bills of Madison Wrestling on achieving career number 100. She becomes the first female in Madison history and just the third female in the history of Indiana high school girls wrestling, or I should say wrestling, to break the 100 career win mark. So congratulations to Kelsey on her 100th win working against the boys teams.
Had wrestling going on today. A few wrestling events going on around our area here today. We have holiday tournaments for basketball, but high school wrestling also competing over the holiday break with their holiday classics. So to all of our local teams, best of luck. Have some other area teams competing in basketball action this week in holiday tournaments, both near and far. But for the most part this year, our local teams staying near, as most are, outside of a few ones, kind of like how we are with this tournament, with some schools coming down from Indianapolis to compete.
Big shout out to Jason Collins over in Austin, Indiana, watching in here this afternoon. And our man, afternoon man, at 95.3 WIKI, Elliot Levy. Elliot, you're supposed to be on the air right now, buddy, but he's watching from the studio.
It's a good spot to watch.
Just don't miss any breaks, buddy. Or dead air.
Don't touch anything. Go slow. Got about 1 minute to go here, and we will be back to basketball in the second half. If you are just joining us, 34-29. 34-29 Southwestern over Indianapolis Homeschool. The Wildcats, the big unknown in this tournament field, trying to pull a shocker in game number 3 this afternoon. Still 16 minutes to go to crown a winner. Trying to get a spot in that semifinal tonight at 7:45 against either Purdue Poly Inglewood or East Central. On paper, East Central is the favorite.
Homeschool will have the basketball to start the second half. Yeah, he blew it already. He forgot living the country life. Good going, Elliot. 34-29, your score. Southwestern with the lead. We said Homeschool will have the basketball. They'll now be going from our left to our right. Back with the call. Here's Rob.
In his defense, that show was very easy to forget. But I digress. Homeschool basketball to open up this second half, and you can already look immediately. Southwestern packed into that 2-3 zone. They will not start this half man-to-man. They will go zone.
Booker Young, of course, back out there, and he's sort of flanked on either side by Williams and Cole.
The one guy for Homeschool I'm kind of surprised is not starting this second half, and that's Joel Owen. 3 threes off the bench in the second quarter. 5-point Rebel lead Homeschool basketball. Booker Young does manage to get the ball underneath. It has to kick it out. They'll go top of the key to Daniel Bryan. Gets it out to Micah Davis. Ball worked underneath to Marcus Booker Young. Off the glass. Good defense by Matthew Williams. Rebels can extend the lead. The largest lead of the afternoon for Southwestern has been 9. Rebels have their starters back out. Of course, Mefford and Cole both with 2 fouls. Kramer, 10 points in the first half, has it up top. Ball goes to the left corner to Mefford. Mefford now underneath to Williams. Williams, turnaround jumper, falls away from the shot again. Offensive rebound put back, no good by Zach Cole. Here come the Wildcats. Davis underneath, shot good. 10-point night so far for Micah Davis, 34-31. Wildcats trail by 3. Mefford looking for Williams. He'll go up against Marcus Booker Young again. Nifty move, got the deuce and the abuse. And Williams goes to the free throw line to complete the 3-point play.
That basically a backhander and just hoping that it would go in. Booker Young picks up number 2.
And perhaps with that matchup against Booker Young underneath for Williams, that spin move might need to be a go-to. 5-point Southwestern lead. Williams free throw, no good. Micah Davis with the rebound. 36-31, 6.5 to go, third quarter. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Mefford. Nice effort by the senior. Turnover, Rebels have it. Kramer to Williams. He gets the advantage on the baseline. Another reverse layup is up and in.
But he didn't have Booker Young on him this time, but still got that reverse.
Good start to the third quarter for Matthew Williams. He's got 10. And then another turnover. Kramer forces Davis to step on the line. Substitution in for Indianapolis Homeschool. And for the first time today, here comes Mason Carpenter, number 11. Interesting that Carpenter is allowed to play in this game. He's a 5'11", 8th grader. Homeschool ranks, you can play in junior high. The IHSA does not allow junior high players to play at the varsity level. Kramer for 3, good. 13 points.
I know when we had the Kentucky schools playing against Indiana schools, the 8th graders, 7th graders were not able to play.
Largest lead of the afternoon. But then Booker Young gets freed up underneath for 2. Still an 8-point advantage for Southwestern, 41-33. 5:25 in the third. Kramer, right wing to Mefford. Mefford looking off the ball screen set by Cole. Outside, right corner pocket. Kramer 3, no good. Rebound and a foul.
Mefford.
That's going to be his third.
5:12 to go here in the third. Teams first here in the second half. And over the line on the toss-in. So a turnover by the Wildcats. Southwestern will have it just to the left side of their bucket.
Some turnovers you can live with. That is not one. Kind of an elementary mistake right there. Mefford still in the game with 3 fouls. Goes underneath to Williams. Williams underneath finds Cole for 2. Count the bucket and the foul.
Tell you there was some reaching around there on Williams by Booker Young.
Daniel Bryan just picked up his second foul, 32.
Second team foul.
Cole dealt with those 2 fouls in the first half, has been quiet so far today, but now has 5 points. He completes the 3-point play.
11-point lead now for the Rebels.
Defense really paving the way for opportunities on offense for the Rebels. Wildcats have it. Micah Davis 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Samuel Wirtz. Homeschool resets. Wirtz has it, right corner. Picks the dribble up. Now they'll have Davis, left corner for 3, falls short. Rebels on the run. Eccles up ahead, cannot handle the pass.
Oh, what a save!
Nice save by Eccles. Head fake Kramer. Kick out. Williams, 3, in and out. Marcus Booker Young, rebound. Homeschool has it across the stripe. Davis, baseline, jumper, Wirtz, in and out. Mefford, rebound. 44-33, 4:10 to go, third quarter. Underneath Williams, off the feed from Kramer, in for 2. Williams with 6 now in the frame.
Southwestern and picking up the tempo right now with 4 to go in the third.
13-point advantage for the Rebels. Davis, double teamed in the corner, gets it out. 3 fired away, no good. That one thrown up by Daniel Bryan. Another Rebel rebound. Down to 3:40. Eccles head fake and drives. Cross court, finds Kramer. Kramer to Williams underneath.
Goes straight up.
And just takes one right at Marcus Booker Young. Finally shaken free of the 6'3 senior. It's been a huge third for Williams. 8 points now in the third. 48-33. The Rebels have come alive. Davis jumper falls short. Just 4 points in this third quarter for Indianapolis Homeschool. Williams does it again. And a timeout called by Homeschool. A 16-4 run so far in this third quarter for Southwestern. They lead at 50-33.
3:08 to go here in the third. That was the boost that Southwestern needed. Again, we talk about, changing up your strategy at halftime. Come out in the second half and maybe look a little bit different than what you looked in the first half. And that's exactly what Southwestern has done here in the second half of the ball game. Pretty much changed their style a little bit, and they've been going more power to the inside, especially with Williams, who has been doing a fantastic job in there against Booker Young in that middle. Southwestern trying to win this one to move on to the semifinals in the winner's bracket, taking on the winner of the next ball game, either East Central or Purdue Polytechnic. Coming up at 4:15 is that ball game. We'll have play-by-play for the 2 night games, the 2 semifinal games, but just streaming video for the game coming up after this one.
East Central coming into Game 4 with a 3-3 record. And for Purdue Poly Inglewood, the Techies are 6-4 heading into this game.
It's the Techies, not the Trekkies.
50-33, 3 to go in the third quarter. Indianapolis Homeschool down by 17 out of the timeout. Ball kicked out of bounds by Zach Cole. Remains with the Wildcats. It'll be Carpenter inbounding for Homeschool. Davis at center circle with the basketball. Steele, Mefford, up ahead, Kramer soars by Davis for 2. 5 points in the third for Austin Kramer. He's now got 15. Williams has 16, Kramer has 15. It's 52-33. 2:35. Davis trying to drive. Kicks out Wirtz. Now finds Coleman. Coleman left wing. Ball knocked away. Mefford another steal. Defense is showcased by the Rebels here in the third. Kramer underneath to Cole. Kind of got tripped up there by Wirtz, who was on the ground. Rebound Indianapolis Homeschool. Micah Davis runner. No good. Kramer foul from behind. So Kramer picks up his first foul. Just Southwestern's second foul of the second half. Substitution coming in. Billy Eccles back in for Southwestern, and Mefford will get a break.
I turned on the air conditioning.
No kidding. It got cold. I am really grateful for the long sleeve right now.
Josh, did you go turn on the air conditioning?
2:05. 52-33. Micah Davis trying to stop the bleeding. Eccles rebound. He gets fouled from behind, it appeared, but they're going to say Davis was clean with the swipe, and Davis gets an easy 2. 6 points in this third quarter, all coming from Davis for Indianapolis Homeschool. Williams gets fouled before the shot. Third team foul against the Wildcats. Daniel Bryan, his third foul. Team's third substitution in for Indianapolis Homeschool. Kyle Marks is back in. Minute 45 to go in the third, 52-35. Southwestern ball. Eccles going to go underneath. Will not get a friendly roll at the friendly confines of the King Gymnasium, but then gets the ball back, throws one up, is fouled. He'll shoot two.
He was turning around after he missed that shot, and luckily the way the ball bounced was right into his hands, brought it straight up, got fouled. It's going to go to the line with 1:35 to go. Booker Young getting ready to check back in.
No points for Eccles here in the third quarter. 3 threes in the first half. Free throw up and good. So he is now in double figures with 10, joining Kramer and Williams. Marcus Booker Young officially checks back in.
Kramer comes out, Medford in.
One more attempt for Eccles. It's up on the way and good. Been a good free throw day for Southwestern. 54-35. 14-point add to the lead so far in this third frame after Southwestern led by just 5 at halftime. Samuel Wirtz basketball has it out to 32, Daniel Bryan. Now Wirtz back with it. Left wing three, knocks it down. First three of the third quarter for Homeschool. For Wirtz, that is his second three of the afternoon. It's 54-38. Full court pressure. Rebels no problem breaking. Eccles left corner three. No good. Rebound, Homeschool. Marcus Booker Young up ahead, slides by Cloud for two and got the easy layup.
Homeschool now in a little bit of a run now that Booker Young's back in.
He's got 8. 54-40. 40 seconds to go here in the third. Medford trying to get by Davis, and Davis commits the foul. Too much hand check. Isaac Brown coming back in. Going to replace Cole.
Show you how cold it's getting. Josh just put on an overcoat and a pair of gloves and his wool hat.
Inbounds, 35 seconds to go. Brown underneath, gets out to Cloud. And we got travel. Yep, Cloud shuffled the right foot.
32.2 seconds to go. Third quarter of this one, 14-point lead for the Rebels.
Wildcats inbound to Davis. Southwestern still sitting in the zone. Marks gives it up back to Davis. Now they'll reverse the basketball left wing to Bryan. And now with 15 seconds left, Wirtz has it at center circle. Down to 10 seconds. Davis at the volleyball line, 6 seconds. Booker Young fouled from behind.
Travel.
Oh, I take that back there and call the travel. You're right.
I thought for sure they were going to call a foul on that, but
I thought they might get Williams for a push in the back.
Then the roll of the hands by the official.
Full court pressure. Medford, 5 seconds. They got to do something. 3 seconds. Medford all the way down. Runner at the buzzer. No good. And we are through 3 quarters of play. This game was 34-29 at halftime. And it's a 20-11 run for Southwestern in the third quarter for a 54-40 advantage as we get set for the fourth and final quarter of game number 3 of the JCIT.
73rd annual Jefferson County Invitational Basketball Tournament. Want to thank our supporting sponsors and Gendy's Pizza, right to the west of the Southwestern campus. Gendy'sPizza.com, 812-866-8578. And, of course, Craig Toyota, CraigToyota.com. They're up on the Madison Hilltop. I believe I saw where they're having a pretty good sale going on right now. And so if you're looking for a new vehicle or even a used, I want to give them a call and find out. Also want to thank you very much for watching in here this afternoon. We're so happy that we were able to put this streaming together for the JCIT. Again, it's not, it's not Fox or ESPN or NBC Chicago or, even Fox Sports Cincinnati, but it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. And we've had a couple of bumps and bruises there today, but what do you expect? But we're glad that people are out there accepting the broadcast, and we thank you very much.
All right, we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Southwestern 54, Indianapolis Homeschool 40. Southwestern trying to become the third team to head to the semifinals tonight. Mefford loses handle of the basketball. Up ahead, Kyle Marks, shot good. His first points today.
I think we've seen Mefford on the floor more than we have standing up today.
Another turnover. Micah Davis for two. No good. Rebound, Austin Kramer. 7:25, Kramer across, driving, left side, throws a shot up, foul called, and they will say that Kramer was in the act of shooting, so AK will shoot two.
Comment coming up, better than Dan Dockage and Bill Walton. I still feel sorry for Jason Benetti having to work with Walton.
Kramer's first free throw good, and you say that, and pretty much I feel bad for anyone who has to work with Dan Dockage.
True. Of course, then again, Jason Benetti has to work with Steve Stone during the baseball season.
Fair point. First free throw for Austin Kramer, good. One more attempt for him, and this one takes a bounce off the left side and falls out. Zach Coldo, offensive rebound. And then offensive foul. I'm not real sure about that one.
That one, I think, deserved an Academy Award there. Number 23, Kyle Marks, was the one who fell backwards after getting a little hit there.
And Marks even gave a little bit of an oomph, so not only best performance in a drama, but best sound effects. 55-42, 1 minute into this fourth quarter. Samuel Wirtz for three, falls off the front of the rim. Kramer rebound, and I believe that might have been a makeup call right there.
Because Marks picks up the foul.
And that is the seventh team foul against Indianapolis Homeschool. So for the rest of this fourth quarter, Southwestern is shooting bonus free throws.
Brent Turner watching in.
He commented on my Facebook earlier. Hi, Brent.
Yeah, we've had a lot on mine and on yours and on our Rebel Vision page, and that's what I've been reading is off the Rebel Vision page.
Looks like we're getting the ball sanitized.
And now Larry Seedham is sanitizing his hands from sanitizing the basketball.
Kramer's free throw, good. Earns himself another. 17 points now for Austin Kramer, leading all scorers here this afternoon. Matthew Williams has 16. Billy Eccles has 11. Second free throw by Kramer, no good. Homeschool rebound. Marks has it. Goes cross court to Micah Davis. They'll now put Bryan on the right wing. All the way back up now at center circles Davis. Wildcats reset the offense. Taking a lot of time here. Ball knocked out of bounds by Mefford. Remains Wildcat basketball. 56-42. It's a 14-point lead. Really still a lot of time left, but at the same time, not a lot of time left.
True. Darren Means checking in. Down in Louisville. Pretty much the audio-visual tech here at Southwestern.
6:15. Davis out with it. That zone extending out for Southwestern. Then Davis throws up a runner in the lane. 16 for Micah Davis. It's been a quiet 16. But he's a nice little point guard here for this team as he drives again, throws up another runner. No good. Eccles taps it out, gets the rebound. He'll just go ahead and take it himself. Gets to Colton Cloud across the timeline. 12-point Southwestern lead, 56-44. 5:40 to go in the game. Nice extra handoff there from Cloud to Cole. Cole's shot no good. Gets his own rebound. We've got a jump ball on the putback. Arrow favors Southwestern. Or I take that back. It's in favor Homeschool. You had one official pointing the Southwestern way, another one pointing the Homeschool way, and the Homeschool way won out.
Like the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz.
.525. Marks for three. And all of a sudden, Kyle Marks has come alive here in this fourth quarter. He's got 5, and all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a 9-point game. 56-47. Foul called. Kramer will go to the free throw line and shoot the 1-and-1. Marks gets the foul, his third. Matthew Williams back in for Southwestern and replaced Cloud.
We've seen Austin at that free throw line, seems like quite a bit tonight.
Well, actually, it's just pretty much been here in this fourth quarter. That's his 5th attempt of the frame. He misses it. Rebound comes down. Marks, another 3. No good. Rebound,
over
foul. Going to get Kyle, or I take that back, Daniel Bryan with the foul. That's his 4th. 9th team foul, so next foul means double bonus free throws the rest of the way.
5:02 to go in the contest. Again, the winner comes back tonight, 7:45. Loser will come back tomorrow at 12:45.
Samuel Wirtz back in for Homeschool, and it will be 32 Daniel Bryan taking a seat. Billy Eccles is at the line. 11 points. He's 2 of 2 from the stripe today. Free throw up for Billy is good.
East Central just sitting off to the left of us in the upper stands.
One more attempt for Eccles is on the way. Good. So he makes both. Puts the advantage back out to 11 for Southwestern, 58-47. 5 minutes to go in the contest. Davis, runner, good. Full court pressure being applied. Kramer across, finds Williams. Williams, though, rushed, has to bring it back out. Rebs reset. Mefford on the right wing. Driving. Mefford. Kick out. Williams, left corner, 3. Bingo. 13 in the second half for Matthew Williams. He's got 19.
Just going to say, he has had a phenomenal second half.
All the way down, there's Kyle Marks. Now 7 in the frame for Marks.
Well, Williams had to back away from that a little bit there as he was driving in.
And a blocking foul, and Marks just picked up his 4th foul. And Kramer will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 10th team foul, so double bonus the rest of the way. Kramer from the stripe, 2 of 5 in the fourth quarter. 10-point lead for Southwestern. Could use a couple here. First free throw is good. East Central now heading down to get changed for game number 4. Fun fact about that ball game, East Central head coach David Disborough with a win coming up at 4:15 will get his 300th career win. Second free throw, Kramer, no good. Long 3 thrown up by the Wildcats. Marcus Booker Young's putback is in.
Williams just couldn't get up high enough to block that one down.
Back to a 9-point game, 62-53, 3:57 to go. Mefford dump, there's Williams again. And Southwestern will call a timeout. Needless to say, Homeschool head coach Paul Settle is not happy.
11-point lead, and you know they haven't been able to get down to really less than 9 points before Southwestern kicks it up again. And again, they've been working it from the inside. They have not been taking it from the outside. They've been working it in. We said at halftime or coming into the second half, if they can work themselves in and move that ball inside, work the fouls against the guys on the inside, they'll have a little bit more of a chance to score because those guys are going to have to back off a little bit.
64-53. Matthew Williams, 15 points for Southwestern in the second half. 21 now on the game. On the other side, Micah Davis with 16 points. Actually now make it 18 points for Davis to lead Homeschool. Out of the timeout. 3:52 remaining. Wildcat ball out of the timeout. That was called by Southwestern. No switch up on defense, minus the fact this 2-3 zone is extending out a little bit. Works for a 3 out of the timeout. It's an 8-point game.
And again, he really pushed himself out to take that from the right side.
64-56. Still anyone's game here, but Homeschool is going to need a stop or two. Mefford, step back, tries to get the foul and travels. Was really, I think, wanting to get a fifth foul called against Kyle Marks. Instead, though, the Wildcats regain possession, and any bucket here by the Wildcats means it's a two-possession ball game. It'll be Davis bringing across the timeline for Homeschool. He has it, top of the key. Off a ball screen, goes to the right side. Handed off to Owen, now out to Marks. Marks for a 3, it's good, it's a 5-point game. 10 points in this fourth quarter for Marks, all of his points in this game.
Even though Southwestern's pushing them out, they're still able to do it. Got a foul from behind. It's going to be on Booker Young.
Going to be a late whistle, and Marcus Booker Young picks up his third foul. You send Foster Mefford to the free throw line. Mefford has not scored in this second half. He now goes to the free throw line for 2 attempts. First free throw, no good. And I would say here, if Mefford hits his free throw, Zach Nussbaum will call another timeout. Free throw is up. It is good, and there is that timeout.
2:58 to go here in the ball game. Southwestern looking to try to move to the semifinals here in this JCIT. As we said, Southwestern has not won this tournament since 1993. And then prior to that was 1987. They had back-to-back years at 79 and 80. And then back in the 70s, when was really the heyday for the Rebels, 71, 72, 73, and 74, they won 4 in a row. Of course, those were some outstanding ball clubs. That Southwestern had here. Just been handed a note that if you do not have vouchers for tomorrow's action, there is no tickets available for tomorrow. No vouchers available for tomorrow.
2:50 to go in this game. 6-point game. Homeschool basketball. Davis has it top of the key. Goes to Marcus Booker Young. He's extended out. Will drive against Williams. 4-2. No good. Big defensive stop right there for Southwestern. Clean to a 6-point lead. We're down to 2.5 to go in the game. Mefford to Cole underneath to Williams. Williams up. Williams down for 2.
There's that little hook.
You talk about a young man who came to play in the second half against a tough defensive matchup underneath. Micah Davis responds for 2.
Coming up on 2 to go.
67-61. Southwestern by 6, and it's Foster Mefford across the timeline. Mefford trying to shake off Marks. He will drive, kicks out to Cole. Cole underneath. Now Mefford with it, right corner, dribbles out of traffic. Now driving to Eccles. Eccles for a 3. That one way off the mark. Sky high bounce, rebound coming down. Homeschool has it, can cut it down or 3. Davis driving, throws one up. It is good. It is a 4-point game. Davis with 8 points here in this fourth quarter, 14 in the second half.
1:25 now to go.
67-63. And there's going to be a steal, but then goes out of bounds. A nice extra effort by Kyle Marks, but Southwestern will have possession back with 1:21 left.
I don't know, at least 4 or 5 times you've seen Medford lose the basketball here in today's game.
1:15, Kramer gets the cross, goes all the way down. There's Williams again. Game saver. 9 in the fourth quarter for Williams, 19 for him in the second half. And we got a foul, and Southwestern does have fouls to give. That is just their 4th team foul. 3rd foul on Austin Kramer. If you need a guy to foul, you need Eccles. Cole can afford one now, and Williams. Those are your 3 guys that can afford fouls. And you have 2 more to give with 1:03 to go. 69-63. Homeschool basketball. Davis inbounding. He will find Kyle Marks, and Marks will try and go against Eccles. He'll drive and will get hit by Eccles. No harm, no foul. Just a 2nd foul on Eccles.
15 fouls, so still out of bounds. Or 5th foul, rather.
Davis will inbound. Going to have to find somebody. And there's going to be a near steal by Mefford. Frustrated he did not get his paws on that one. Remains homeschool basketball. 56.5 seconds to go in the fourth. Underneath, Marcus Booker Young, 4-2, 4-point game.
50 seconds now to go.
12 points for Booker Young. Underneath, there's Williams off the feed. No foul call. And go out to Mefford, though. Mefford left side to Eccles.
Take some time off, guys.
Mefford driving, and his shot no good, but he is fouled by, looks like, Booker Young. And if that's the case, it's his 4th foul. 2 big free throws coming up here for Foster Mefford. Southwestern's lead is at 69-65, 36 seconds left. First free throw, Mefford, is good. Needed that one. 70-65 is your score.
36.4 on the scoreboard.
One more attempt for Mefford, a 6'1 senior. It's up on the way, and it is no good. In and out. Rebound, out of bounds, goes to Indianapolis Homeschool.
They're going to say last touch there by Williams.
So any field goal makes this a 1-possession game. Micah Davis with the basketball for Homeschool across the timeline. Wirtz, right wing. Back to Davis. Davis throws a jumper up. Air ball, Eccles, rebound.
20 seconds.
Going to find Kramer. Kramer going to get across. 15 seconds. Kramer dribbles out. And finally a foul is called, and Austin Kramer can put this game on ice with 2 made free throws here. Daniel Bryan, his 5th foul, so he is out. He finishes the afternoon with no points scored. Kramer is 3 of 7 from the line here today. Free throw for Kramer is no good. One more attempt. It's on the way, and it is going to fall short. Rebound, Marcus Booker Young.
Take it away.
Ball tapped out, picked up by Wirtz. 8 seconds to go. Wirtz is going to fire a three, and he traveled. 6.2 seconds to go, and it looks like Southwestern is going to hold on for a victory here this afternoon. Nice comeback effort by Indianapolis Homeschool, and Homeschool is not even going to foul here. They're going to let Southwestern run the clock out, and that is all she wrote from the Delbert King Gymnasium. So now 3 of the 4 slots in the semifinals are filled, and Southwestern is going to walk away with a win despite a comeback attempt by Indianapolis Homeschool. Your final score, Rebels over the Wildcats, 70-65.
So Southwestern, they'll take on either East Central or Purdue Polytech. That will be coming up here at around, give or take 4:15 or so. And then the way that'll go tonight, 6 o'clock, it'll be Madison taking on Danville. Southwestern will play at 7:45 this evening in the other semifinal game. So Southwestern and Madison already in the semifinals. They have a chance to move to the championship, or they have a chance to move to the third place ball game, whichever it comes here this evening. But those 2 games tonight should be whale of a ball game, as Southwestern and either East Central or Purdue Polytech will hit the floor. Let's take a look at the final scoring. First of all, for Homeschool, you had Micah Davis with 22, Marcus Booker Young at 12. You had Kyle Marks at 10, 9 points for Joel Owen, 12 points for Samuel Wirtz. For Southwestern, Foster Medford with 7, Austin Kramer with 18, Billy Eccles with 13, Zach Cole with 5, Matthew Williams with 25, 19 of those points in the second half, and Colton Cloud with 1. So Southwestern wins it here this afternoon, as they will move to the semifinals as they win 70-65. And Rob, you and I will be back for that ball game, or I should say for the Madison ball game and also the Southwestern ball game coming up later on.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting a little bit of a break here, and you and I can just kind of sit back and enjoy this East Central Purdue Polytech game, and then we'll get ready to go tonight. I really do think these will be 2 exciting semifinal matchups coming up at 6 and 7:45, so encourage everyone to check out the video and check out the broadcast this evening. I'm looking forward to it. Not a better way to end a Tuesday here at the Delbert King Gymnasium.
All righty. Stay tuned. We have got game number 4 coming up in just a little bit right here.